So I don't have it yet, but I'm planning on getting a power head for this here motor. It's a 15 horse Evinrude. Technically it's a Tohatsu. Sticker on the side even says made by Tohatsu, but I was looking, I took the little cowling off the lower part, well, I guess you'd call it the mid unit right here. I was looking and it don't look like there's but about maybe 6 bolts to hold the whole power head on. And I know all of my electronics work because this motor fires up and runs. It just runs like crap because it's got no compression. It's got like 90 psi in each cylinder when it should have like 170, 180. But I will follow up and finish making a video whenever I actually get the power head. Got a brand new carb on it. People talk trash about the Amazon carbs, but this one worked great. My issue happens to be compression. So I'm starting out with taking the pull start off in the little cover that was right here. I'm probably going to pull the flywheel next. Looks like I can use a harmonic balancer puller. Trying to keep as much of the wiring together as I can, not unplugging stuff so that I forget where it goes. But took this little keeper off there, unbolted that because it's got this big old zip tie thing in here. Took the coil off. I'll start taking off what I'm assuming is essentially a CDI box and keep going from there. So got this off. It was just basically the 2 bolts here and here. Popped the little zip tie thing out of there. Took the ground off from down here. Only thing I got left is my oil pressure sensor, which didn't want to come off with the Phillips, so I'm gonna have to go find a 8mm, it looks like. This popped off real easy with just my 1/4 inch drive impact, so I just gotta get an actual puller, pop flywheel off. Well, that's not an 8mm, and I do not have a big selection of metric sockets, so I can't put anything on my impact. My new power head is coming with an oil pressure sensor, so I think I'm just going to cut the wire off because the green part, the plastic part, is turning whenever I get that to turn, so I'm pretty sure it's going to wind up leaking anyway. So that's where we're at on here. I've decided to go ahead and just unbolt the whole manifold. It gives me a lot more room to work with than trying to just take the carb off and leave the manifold on, even though the new one comes with a new manifold. It just seems like it's going to be a whole lot easier work because I've changed just that carb before and it's a pain in the butt. So this was the crankcase breather that went right there on the air filter. That top little nipple there went to this breather of some sort, and then there's another little bitty nipple on the bottom that goes here, and then your fuel inlet on the bottom comes here from the fuel pump. You got to take the throttle linkage off and the choke off. Mine, it's got what looks like a tailgate rod clip that swings around the part for the choke. This part here just slides up in here where this set screw is on this Phillips. And you can see the throttle linkage right there. And that pin right there just loops around here. Not a whole lot to it. So I didn't even need to get a puller. I just backed this dude out here to where it was pretty much flush with the end of the crank, tapped it with a hammer a couple times. Flywheel, hard to see with just one hand, but you can see how it's loose. We're gonna make sure we don't lose the nut. So now I can finish taking all of this good stuff off of here to transplant to the new power head when it comes in this week. So got everything off. I'm putting all the screws and bolts back in where they came so that if the other one doesn't have them, I can at the very least rob them out of here and know exactly where they were. Now what I'm probably going to do, because it looks like the only thing I have to do to remove all of this electrical from here essentially is unhook a couple of little connectors right here. So I don't know, I haven't decided for sure whether or not I'm going to. I may just lay everything back in here and set the cowl on top. But I'm making good progress. So I got all 6 bolts pulled out of the bottom. Everything as far as I know is unhooked, so we're about to just go ahead and pull it off. Little sludge in the oil pickup. When I drained the oil, it don't even feel like oil. It had so much gasoline in it. Didn't even notice it whenever I was messing with it and I changed the filter and whatnot. I almost wonder if that fuel pump was leaking into the crankcase and caused me to wash out the cylinders. But I'm probably going to have to get a new gasket. I thought about using RTV. I'm not dead set. I probably should get a new gasket, but we will see how everything works out. Alright, so I got the new power head set in place. I'm about to finish putting these 6 bolts in. 1, 2, you can see there's a, don't want to focus, but 3, 4, and there's 2 more on this side. I don't have the torque spec for this. They came off with my impact. I'm gonna put them back on with my impact. Starting in the center and crisscrossing my way out. So I've got everything pretty much back together. I'm about to put an end on this for my oil pressure sensor. Got new fuel lines in there. I put a fuel filter down in there. A little difficult to get to, but it is what it is. Got new fuel lines running to the carb. Only thing left is spark plugs, the electrical connection for that, and to put oil in it, and then put some fuel to it and see if it fires up. favorite thing about a 4-stroke is how quiet they are. Like, I love it.